Thursday is using his Stasis list to climb the Premodern trophy leaderboard. So today I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna see what I can learn. Thursday is on a tear with Stasis. He has had many 5-0 leagues with this 75. It's getting to the point to where he's getting very close to the actual top of the leaderboard in the Premodern trophy leaderboard thing. He's got a lot of trophies. And it makes me wonder what he is doing that is working that is different from what I am doing, which is not working. And we see that there are no portents in this list. Instead, it's just a fistful of counterspells. Upheaval over Root Maze, Tsabo's Web in the main. Powder Keg is really good as well. We got mainboard Flash of Insight. And a Cephalid Coliseum is a little bit of a tech piece. This will be really interesting to play with. And sideboard has a bunch of different tools. We've got Blue Blast, Chills, Wall of Tears, Hibernation, a lot of good tech pieces here. I am excited to play this list. I'm excited to not do as well as Thursday. But he's someone that I look up to a lot as someone who really got me into the Stasis community. And we're gonna see how this feels in my hands. I am on the draw in match 1 versus yeahnah. And I'm gonna say that to this hand. This is, nah, I'm not keeping this. This one though, I will keep. And I think I'm gonna put the thwart on bottom of my deck here. And we are facing against just a blue deck. They're portenting themselves. Blue decks hate to play against Black Vise. So guess what I'm going to drop on turn 1. Feel free to foil this, I'll take that. Nope, it just hit play. Oh, we've got City of Brass over there, huh? So this is gonna be Aquarian Dryad. Here we go. Love to see that. Do I develop Powder Keg or do I hold open Counterspell? I think I'm gonna develop Powder Keg. And that's an accumulated knowledge. They're just gonna cast a bunch of cantrips here. That's fine. And I take a little bit of a punchy. Ooh, that's a Tsabo's Web. Probably not going to be particularly useful in this matchup. I think I'm just going to hold open Counterspell. And I'm going to put my Powder Keg on 2 here. That means that I can blow up this Aquarian Dryad at will, basically. And yeah, I will go ahead and blow up the Powder Keg now. I've got 2 Counterspells in hand. If this is like Aquarian Dryad into Tog or something like that, then I can answer that. I'm actually going to Arcane Denial this. I've got a Black Vise in play. And there we go. Wonder how many cards they're going to draw. Correct answer is probably 2. Wow, they chose 0. So it's just a cantripping Counterspell. I love to see that. Let's go ahead and cantrip this Tsabo's Web as well. Sure, you can Gush. Fill up that hand again. You know, it does stink a little bit that Tsabo's Web will also shut off your Cephalid Coliseum. Seems like it's a little bit of a non-bow. And yeah, the hero just kind of cycled a bunch of cards, did a whole lot of nothing. They got 7 cards in hand, I don't know what they are. And now I've got Counterspell and Thwart available. I can hard cast both of those. And this is kind of the lovely part about just having Black Vise in play. Like, they can just spend all of the time that they want in the world spinning their wheels, drawing a bunch of cards with AKs and ops and stuff like that. Now I can just sit here kind of doing nothing. Yeah, fire me, sure. And I have the inevitability here. My own Gush. Yeah, I will fire that off. Why not? They might counter this, and I think I'm okay with that. There's really no need to play a Stasis right now. Like, I can just let this go, and I think I will. This City of Brass is pretty dang painful. They're at 7 life right now, soon to be 6. And they're compelled to do something. Their life total's getting too low here. I think I'm gonna let the duress resolve. I have double Stasis, so they can't take me off that. And I've kind of got like triple answer to things, so they can take me off of one of my answers. But the hero's in a bit of zugzwang here. They can either tap out to play a creature of some sort, and then I clap back with Stasis and hold open counter magic until they die. Or they do nothing, and Black Vise slowly kills them. It's a bit of a difficult position for them to be in. Well, they're finally starting to get a little bit underneath of the Black Vise. That's good for them, I suppose. Yeah, I'm going to counter this other duress. I do want to keep that other Stasis in hand. I found a Flash of Insight off of this Impulse, and I think I will just thwart the duress here. I'm going to hard cast it. I have a Flash of Insight in my hand. Okay, and they're firing off an accumulated knowledge here. Really digging for something. Seems like they're not finding it. And now the hero's tapped low. This is my opportunity to really punish them. Ooh, nope, it's another duress. So I'm probably going to lose second Stasis here. Oh, that's Upheaval. Does that just win? I think this just wins. I am going to cast this Upheaval and I'm going to see what happens. Wow, that worked. All right, Island Black Vise. Oh, wow, that was a really good Upheaval. And they had foil. All right, that's fine. I am going to discard Tsabo's Web and just like 2 islands here. Yeah, they're getting rid of all their City of Brass. That's reasonable, I think. Cephalid Coliseum, that's very interesting. I don't think I'm going to play it, but it could be good eventually. Oh, they're getting really bold with their fetching here. Methinks perhaps a little bit too bold. Yeah, they're at 1. This shuts off all future fetch lands and City of Brass. I'm just going to hold the Powder Keg. I don't need to deploy that quite yet. I say as I get togged. Yeah, that tog could probably one-shot me. I'm going to allow it to hit play, and then I'm going to flash for 1 here. See what I cycle into? It's a Gush. That's pretty good. All right. Well, I am going to Gush. Black Vise is a threat that wins basically on the spot. I would love to see one of those. Didn't find it, but I have a ton of counter magic in hand. I think I am going to start by chaining the Tog here. All right, that just worked. That's nice. And I will go ahead and just put down a Powder Keg now. I'm holding open Counterspell, Arcane Denial, and I can also Daze over top of that if I need to. Oh, they're portenting themselves, maybe looking for more counter magic. I think this might be a decent spot to use Cephalid Coliseum, honestly. Oh, here we go. Well, I will attempt to get rid of this Chaucoski. Oh, and that just worked. All right, sure, I'll take it. And I found Stasis. Huh, I found Stasis. I think I will actually Stasis. I think it's Stasis time. There we go, we are in. No, you may not have Aquarian Dryad. I'm gonna Daze that. That felt good. That was a really good Daze. I like that. I will use this one. Oh, and they just concede the game. Sure, I'll take that. A lovely little win versus Gro-a-tog. Upheaval was pretty interesting. It was pretty interesting. That was an interesting experience casting Upheaval. I don't know if I have any thoughts on it beyond that, but that was definitely a thing that I did. Let us attempt to sideboard against this ridiculous Gro-a-tog deck. What do I want against them? Hydroblast seemed bad. Brain Freeze seems mid. Wall of Tears seems interesting. I am interested in Wall of Tears. I'm interested in Flash of Insight. What's bad against them? Tsabo's Web? Powder Kegs are fine. Might rather have Curse Totem than Powder's Keg. Actually, no, I'll take Powder Keg. It's fine. I could take out Dazes, bring in Wall of Tears, Flash of Insight. I have no idea if this is correct. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. But I am just kind of trying things and seeing what works. Plus, Wall of Tears is kind of one of the reasons I wanted to play this deck at all. So I'm going to find opportunities to side it in. Seems like it might be more appropriate versus stuff like elves or gobos or something like that. I can't keep this. Mulligan, goodbye. And I hit the whole 6-lander plus Arcane Denial. You know what? I will keep it. Would really love to not draw any more lands. Hopefully this Arcane Denial will help with that. If this was a counterspell, I might not have actually kept it, but it cantrips, so I think I will. Oh, and I just found Stasis, just like that. Yeah, this hand got much better. Chain of Vapor is a good pickup as well. If I can just keep hitting runners like this, I will be very happy that I have this hand. We're just gonna kind of stare at each other and do nothing. This is the blue deck mirror experience. Very refined, uppity magic. And by refined, uppity magic, I mean not magic at all, because we're not actually playing a game right now. I suppose I'll do the blue deck thing and fire off a cantrip at the end step. Will I do the blue deck thing and take the Black Vise? Seems like a very blue deck thing to do. Fire off a rather small, innocuous threat. Good enough for a counterspell. I will let that go. Come on, do something fun, like tap out for a Chaucoski or something. Or you could just force me to sit here while I watch you fidget with the top 3 cards of your deck. So is this going to be a Aquarian Dryad back-to-back counterspell? Nope, it's just going to be nothing. Sure. Well, I found another Stasis. I think I am just going to play out Powder Keg just to have it. And that's good enough for a counterspell. Okay. They've got a Gush. They've got 8 cards in hand. Polluted Delta is a card that I didn't know about. I'm going to counter this Duress. Like, I know I've got double Stasis, but still. No way! That's an Armageddon? Yeah, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. Unfortunate. I'm going to get Gettined. But at least my Counterspell cantripped. And I hit a land. But that was pretty devastating for me. I do not like that. They did blow up their basic swamp to do that. And we're going to put the Wall of Tears into play. It can't attack, of course, but it's the thought that counts. All right, here we go. Cephalid. It's down. I have a bad feeling about this game. You know that? Just have a really bad feeling about it. You know, I did successfully bounce that Quarian Dryad back to hand. I wonder if that was their intent. Yeah, I'm not going to pull the same trick with the Cephalid, I think. I think I'm just going to let them do their thing. They can pump the Cephalid up to pretty high levels right now, but they're choosing not to. Instead, they're just going to play the Quarian Dryad, presumably holding open Counterspell here. I've got a lot of Stasis now. I'm just going to go ahead and start jamming these. Blue-white. Ray of Revelation? Yeah, that's fine. They main phased that, huh? I mean, that's fine, I guess. Just gonna play another one here. Keep your cities tapped. And Stasis hits play. Do I block this Quarian Dryad now? Honestly, like, if they want to tap mana to make this trade or whatever, I am perfectly fine with that. Oh, they're just dumping cards? Oh, I see. Yeah, I will accept this trade. Yeah, I'm not going to pull off fancy tricks with Chain of Vapor here. I'm just going to take it. This bounces the Quarian Dryad and it taps them out of these islands. I say that would be pretty good for me. Oh, they moved to discard, so they can't grow the Cephalid again. Although I guess this isn't Psychic Frog, so it's not like it would be a permanent buff. A double Chain of Vapor. They do have that Ray of Revelation in the graveyard. I think I'm going to chain my Stasis here. I'm fully expecting them. Wow, they didn't... What? They F6'd? I mean, I am going to sack a land to bounce the Cephalid. Will you sacrifice your Gemstone Mine to copy the Chain of Vapor? Come on, you can do it. It's legal to do. I've had somebody do that before. Ooh, it's another Upheaval. All right, I'm not in a particularly good spot here. I don't really like this. Gonna continue to just kind of make land drops. Yeah, that's just a Seal of Cleansing. I don't have anything to fight that. It's just gonna resolve. Oh, hey, there's my Thwart. That's lovely. Do I even chain this? I think I do, but I'm definitely not in a winning position now. Yeah, they've just got Quarian Dryad into Tog. I think I'm gonna lose this game. Like, that's fine. There's still game 3. Wow, they're making that Dryad really big, really quickly. The funny thing here is that I could just rip an island off the top of my deck and still cast Upheaval. I didn't, but that still was like a funny thought, you know? Yeah, they're running away with it now. 10 cards in hand. This Tog is going to be able to deal 12, 15. That's a lot of damage. Tog's going to be huge. They can still maintain a decent hand as well. Armageddon now? Oh, well, I guess I'm going to flash for 4 in response. Or X equals 2, I guess. I'm going to put Gush in my hand. And I will cast it. Well, I'm kind of just dead to the onboard Tog anyway. I'm going to concede the game. That's a bit of a shame. Plan just kind of didn't come together there. But we've still got a game 3 for this sort of thing. Now, I feel like I might be making some sort of mistake here. Maybe I should be bringing in Curse Totems, but Curse Totems are just so bad against the Quarian Dryads. I think I'm just going to run it back. Really hoping to be on the play and just see a Black Vise in my opening hand. Along with a Keepable 7, which I did not see in Game 2, or Game 1, actually. I haven't seen a Keepable 7 yet. I'm kind of wondering if I need to be having those Dazes in the deck, and if I do bring them in, then over what? I'm not sure. Hey, it's a Keepable 7. No Black Vise, unfortunately, but I will take it. And I think I'm just going to jam Wall of Tears right now. I don't have any counterspells. This will stave off Quarian Dryads and Cephalid for a little bit of time. It won't stave off Seal of Cleansing. Ooh, but another Wall of Tears. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Here's the Cephalid. I think I'm going to burn 1 impulse looking for a land. I technically hit. Forsaken City's barely a land, though. It is stopping them from attacking, though. I like that a lot. I think I'm just going to hold. I could Gush. I don't think I will. And there's the Quarian Dryad. Still not willing to attack into my walls. Oh, they kept in creature removal against me. That's lovely. Sure, I'll sacrifice one of my walls. Honestly, if I take the Black Vise here, then that is an alternate target for this Seal of Cleansing that also kind of encourages them to keep their hand empty if they don't blow it up. Seems like pretty much a win-win for me. They fired off a Gush. They have a lot of cards in hand. Not a lot of time on the clock, though. And that's important. Oh, are we dropping another Psychotog? Yeah, that's another Psychotog. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. So if I block Psychotog with Wall of Tears now, then that means they'd have to clear out their graveyard for it to trade with the Wall of Roots. I think I'm okay with that. Maybe I should have blocked the Quarian Dryad, though. I don't know, because the wall's still gonna die. Island off the top was a huge hit. So what this means is I now get to drop Stasis, use Stasis to trade with the Seal of Cleansing, take a hit from Tog, although I guess I can't really take much of a hit, can I? I could just Upheaval to reset the board, and I can back it up with Thwart. Yep, time to back it up with Thwart. They should probably blow up my Black Vise. Yeah, they did. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty good. Not gonna lie, that was pretty good. I'm gonna bottom one of these Forsaken Cities, or Junket, I guess, and they're gonna duress me. All right, Stasis is gone. That's to be expected, unfortunately. Oh, well, I just found another Stasis. I mean, that's fine. So that means that if they just drop Quarian Dryad right now, then I get to follow up with a Forsaken City into Stasis, and I will do that. Oh, and they're just casting cantrips right into this Stasis. I like to see that. Means they're looking for another Seal of Cleansing, a Ray of Revelation, something like that. I think I'm going to pitch the Cephalid Coliseum, and we're going to start Stasis gaming. I am going to hold open Chain of Vapor here, so Flash of Insight can get pitched. I don't have Root Maze in this build, so I don't need to worry about Forsaken City as much. And now I've got double Chain available. I think I'm going to Gush on the end step. This is partially just to bounce the islands. Okay, that just worked. I will pitch a Chain, I suppose. And now I've got Counterspell open, Chain of Vapor open. Hero's starting to build up some lands here. I don't need 2 Counterspells. I've got 1. That's perfectly fine. I can only cast 1 anyway. Gush will be a thing in a later turn, but not quite yet. Would really love another Black Vise, actually. Black Vise would be really cool. Cody, I think you're right. I think Armageddon is coming. And that's just Psychotog. I think I'm gonna let that go. All right. Yeah, I don't mind that in the slightest. Bouncing some islands. I found a backup Stasis. Kind of wishing I had Gushed on my upkeep so I could have pitched one of these islands to untap this Forsaken City. That way I could hold open Chain and double Counterspell. That might actually be a critical mistake. I might lose the match because of it. Yeah, here we go. That's the Armageddon we were worried about. I am going to attempt a Counterspell on that. Yeah, I needed the 5th land open because now I can't Counterspell plus Chain. Yeah, I have to Chain here, unfortunately. And now I'm just going to take a bunch of hits. Yeah, that was a critical mistake. I should have Gushed on my own upkeep. And that should have been something that I should have known that was a thing. Ugh. Now I need another Forsaken City as my top draw. Oh, they just skipped past. All right, that's fine too. I will accept a mistake in play. But this should be game. I should have died. But I suppose one good punt deserves another. Oh, well, or they can just do that. Yeah. And now I'm just dead anyway. Okay, so I made a play mistake. I should have reasonably seen that I could have needed 5 mana on that turn, and I just didn't give myself 5 mana, so I lost because of it. It doesn't really matter what I was going to be drawing, but I just like clicking the button anyway. Okay, well, silly mistake on my end. This should have been a win. On to match 2. If you're enjoying the video and think you'd like watching more of what I make, please consider subscribing so YouTube can notify you when I go live and upload videos. I appreciate your support. Thank you. I am on the draw in match 2 versus Chaucoski, huh? I'm going to keep this hand that has double Black Vise, Arcane Denial, and Chain of Vapor. Versus Tireless Tribe. Well, now this hand has triple Black Vise. That is entirely too many Black Vises. And given that this deck kind of discards cards as its thing, wow. Double Tireless Tribe. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually gonna be legitimately difficult to handle. Oh, but I have double Chain of Vapor in hand. All right. Yep, I'm taking hits here. And kind of nothing I'm doing is mattering. I don't have any cantrips of any kind, really. I have a handful of counter spells. All right, at least I can counter this. This is a 3 mana 4/4? Yeah, I'm just gonna counter that. Hopefully I don't have to counter another thing, but I probably will. I need Stasis. I need to find Stasis. Yeah, that's just another arrogant worm. I mean, I'm countering it, but the beats are coming in. I'm gonna chain the Basking Brood Scale, or the Rootwalla, I suppose. And I'm gonna take 4, falling to 9. I'm gonna miss a land drop. I don't have a Stasis, I don't have a city. I have 3 Black Vises that are rotting in my hand. I'm gonna Gush. I don't like it, but I think I have to. All right, and that means I have Counterspell open now. I can at bare minimum cycle Flash of Insight. Found Tsabo's Web. That actually doesn't do nothing. That shuts off the Mishra's Factory here. I think I'm gonna cast it. I've got 9 cards in hand. Honestly, I don't need these Black Vises. They can go. I wonder what they have in their hand. Just a Patrol Hound? All right, that's fine. Would really love to find Stasis right now. Just saying, I would really love to find Stasis. I didn't. So I am going to have to do a whole bunch of shenanigans here, actually. I am burning these Chain of Vapors like it's nothing. Yeah, chain your Patrol Hound. Jeez, that's horrible. Can I win now? I don't think I can. Yeah, I can't win. Jeez, that sucks. I didn't find Stasis. I don't really know what to say. I just didn't find it. I did die with 3 counterspells in hand, though. That's a thing that happened. Nope, 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 and nope, and nope. Yeah, the Stasis. Oh, there it is. Okay. Just casual 25 cards down. It does happen sometimes. Okay, so this is what Curse Totems are in the sideboard for. So I want those in. I kind of like Upheaval as a backdoor against all of the discard shenanigans going on. I don't know if I actually need it though. Like I could just turn Flash and Upheaval into 2 Curse Totems. I could just do that. Wall of Tears would actually be a super effective wall against a lot of the stuff they're doing. And honestly, I don't think I need this many counterspells. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. I would like to be on the play. Thanks for asking. With this hand even, I think this might be just a turn 2 Curse Totem. Oh, a Cursed Scroll. Yeah, okay. Well, we both got cursed artifacts now. That is a 2 mana, 2/2 creature. I think I'm just gonna let that go. Would love to find a land. That's a Forsaken City. That is a Forsaken City. I could just drop that. I don't think I'm going to. Or I could just drop Stasis. I don't think I'm gonna drop Stasis. I don't think it's time yet. And that's just another 2 mana, 2/2. Into the end step, so they don't have any more lands. Well, I think I'm gonna take Basic Island here. And it is time for Wall of Tears. Wall of Tears really good on this board. They kept in Swords to Plowshares? Are you serious? Do I fight over this? I think I'm gonna fight over this. I think I'm gonna chain it. Wall of Tears is ridiculously good against this board. I could just Stasis them though. I don't think I'm ready to do that. I think I'm just gonna drop Wall of Tears. Yeah, there's a Wild Mongrel coming down again. And a Basking Rootwalla, so they are tapped out. Okay, now that I have Wall of Tears in play, I think I will drop Stasis. Oh, I'm definitely dropping Stasis. Gush into Stasis, classic line. I've got Arcane Denial and Daze up now. Yeah, that was the correct timing, I think. And now we're chilling. I don't think I need all these cities, so I'm gonna pitch one of them. This could be a Naturalize coming my way. I think I'm gonna start tapping islands, but not that many islands. Daze is starting to look less relevant. Look at me, I'm all dolled up, rolled up in my Sunday best, and I've got nowhere to go. Quadruple Counterspell in hand, plus an extra Stasis. Just got nothing to do. Oh, madness for the Arrogant Worm in the cleanup step. Love to see that. I will accept. They're still not attacking. I need to find a Black Vise at some point here. Oh, Basic Plains unlocked. Still digging for a Black Vise. I've seen half of my deck now. They're swordsing my dude. Yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna let it go. Okay, there's a Wasteland. I am going to bounce the Arrogant Worm. Actually, I am going to do this. I'm going to chain my Stasis. And I'm going to sacrifice one of my many basic islands, and I'm going to bounce their Arrogant Worm here. Are they going to keep the chain going? They are! Bouncing my Curse Totem. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to bounce your Wild Mongrel too. Huh, okay. Oh, they can just dump their hand here. So that means I actually need to find another Chain of Vapor. Ooh, I think I might have misplayed this. Yeah, I think I might have misplayed this. I saw this glory the last game. I just didn't play around it, I guess. Yeah. So now they have Pro Blue. They can dump their hand if they want, and that'll kill me. Jeez. Feel like I could have played around this. Because, like, I could try an Arcane Denial, and I would try that trick, but it doesn't actually matter. Maybe I shouldn't have chained. Like, I would have been at 1 life, but 1 life is not 0, and I still had all these counterspells in hand. Okay, I think I learned my lesson on that. I wasn't dead, so I should have just let it happen. I should have let the attack happen, or I should have kept the Wall of Tears in play. But that is exactly lethal. Well, do better next time. Don't be a little scrub, and try and win this game. Okay, on to match 3.
Did losing to my prison deck leave you feeling bitter and despondent? Work through the stages of your grief with a membership to Fate Seal Magic on Patreon, YouTube, or Twitch. As your grief matures, you'll gain perks like early video access, lessons and sideboard guides, featuring your deck in a video, and can even co-host a stream once you reach acceptance. Check my Discord server linked in the description for more information and to access your perks. I hope to see you on your path to healing.
I am on the play, actually, in match 3 versus Fransadness. Let's see if we can avoid being stupid. And I think I'm going to keep this hand. Black Vise into Powder Keg, classic combination. Who doesn't love blowing up their own Black Vises? I am going to play turn 1 Black Vise, because that's what this hand does. And I chose to keep it. And the hero did not foil it. So here we go. Take a lightning bolt worth of damage. Yeah, it's a blue deck. You love to see it. And they're portenting themselves. You love to see that too. Oh, they shuffled. And I found a counterspell. It's Arcane Denial even. So I'm just going to hold that up. Take another lightning bolt. Honestly, Powder Keg is fine. I am not going to drop my own Powder Keg yet because I want to continue to hold open Arcane Denial. But they're going to take a 1/3 lightning bolt's worth of damage here. Or nearly a 1/3. Like 2/3 of a lightning bolt. A shock. 2 2/3 times lightning bolt. Whatever. Math is hard. They're at 12 life. Oh, and I found Stasis. I think I will just drop Powder Keg though. This is a nice little thing to just leave at 1. And this gives you a little bit of tension with the Powder Keg here. Because it's like, do you... Ooh, Counterspell. Huh. They seem to care about that a lot. I think I'm going to counter back. Like, do you blow up the Powder Keg now and hit the Black Vise and keep this Powder Keg around? Or do you tick up this Powder Keg, sacrifice it, blow up my Powder Keg so that your Dreadnought can come into play? And it seems like they've got Gush into foil here. Yep, there's Gush into foil. All right. Well, you have to blow it up now because if you wait till your upkeep, yeah, there you go. Then the trigger's going to go on the stack again. Okay, well, I'm going to draw my card. They're going to draw their cards. They're going to go up to 8. Arcane Denial not looking particularly strong in that particular scenario. And here's Dreadnought into Stifle. So there's not much that I could have really done about this. I kind of used all of my counter magic. Ooh, but that's a Vision Charm. Okay. Okay. So I can just Stasis now. I can even back this up with the Counterspell if it's absolutely necessary. And it is necessary, unfortunately. And now Dreadnought will never phase in as long as Stasis is in play because phasing happens in the untap step. And players skip their untap steps. Thanks, Stasis. They're picking up their islands. Portenting me. They must have like another Gush or something. I think they've used 2 Gushes already. Yeah, that was their second one. They've also used 2 foils. I'm gonna Gush now since I know that I am, well, going to cast it anyway. And that's Daze on Gush. I am not gonna pay. Part of that was to just get the islands. Different islands spotted. And I am kind of running out of time here though. Like I'm not in a particularly good spot. Daze is okay. I think I'm gonna Daze pretty much anything that they play just to pick up the land. But I think they're smarter than that. I think they're smarter than to just play into a Daze like that. Really need another Gush. I say that a lot. With how much I say that, I really should never go below 4 of them in the deck again. All right, and that is not a good draw. I really need a good thing. A Forsaken City. Another Gush, I guess. Hey, and it's Gush. Look at that. Even if this doesn't resolve, which I am going to Daze a Counterspell if they decide to counter this. But even if this Gush doesn't resolve, it kind of did its job by picking up 3 islands. Gush plus Daze, at least. And they paid. All right, so I'm not going to get the cards off of Gush, but I will get the islands picked back up. All right, let's go ahead and finally get the ball rolling on this. Oh, I see some movement. That's a gush. All right, that's fine. 3 gushes from the hero here. 1 vision charm is also down, but there is storm count. So that tells me that there might be a brain freeze in the deck somewhere. Well, I definitely don't want this upheaval. Daze is a decent pickup. Chaining my stasis on my end step. I don't think I'm going to do anything about that. I think I'm just going to let it go. Yeah, they got a flash of insight in their graveyard, so they're probably just casting that. X equals 11, huh? I'm going to let that go too. All right, I think I am just going to take the hit from the Dreadnought, and I'm going to attempt to deploy Stasis. That's a counterspell. I'm going to counter your counterspell. You're going to counter my counterspell. I'm going to daze something along the way. Yeah, I'm going to daze this. Finding a home for Daze on turn 15 feels pretty good. Now we all get to draw some cards. I think I'm just going to keep my various lands here. Backup Stasis is good. Double Chain of Vapor is really good. I like that a lot. So one of the things that the hero can do here is they can use just a single island to deploy another Dreadnought, and then they can sacrifice their old Dreadnought to the new Dreadnought, and the new Dreadnought will enter untapped. There are things that you can do to kind of wiggle around that, though. Oh, just a grip full of counter magic. I'd love to see that. Oh, hey, it's Mishra's Factory. All right. We're cooking. We're doing something here. I don't think I'm going to pitch the spare Stasis. I think I'm going to just continue to hold like this. Okay. And this is the little tricksy that I was talking about. So they're going to put a Dreadnought into play. They're going to pass priority on this trigger. In response to that, I am going to chain my Stasis. Yeah, Daze is fine. I'll pay for that. I'm going to sacrifice one of my many islands, and I am going to bounce their tapped Dreadnought. Tapped Dreadnought is in hand, and it looks like we got a stifle for our trouble. I could thwart this. I don't think I'm going to. I am not going to exile here. Instead, do I impulse? Try to find another counterspell? I think I do. I'm just going to grab Black Vise. 1 Stasis is going to come down. Okay, they didn't try and fight that, unfortunately. And I think I'm also going to start dropping a Black Vise. And I am going to pull off this trick on their upkeep. So on upkeep, oh, I should not have auto-yielded to that. That's unfortunate. I missed a point of damage. I'm going to chain my Stasis again. And this requires a counterspell from them. A foil? Yeah, okay. I have the thwart backup for this. Let's see if this is good enough. Well, it was good enough to counter their counterspell. Ooh, yes, nice. Okay, so I'm going to sacrifice another island. I'm going to bounce their Phyrexian Dreadnought. Are they going to bounce my Black Vise? Doesn't really matter if they do. They didn't. Okay, and we are getting somewhere now. I've got Arcane Denial as backup. Stasis is coming down. And we're going to see if that missed point of damage is going to matter. Because I could have turned off auto yields there with the Dreadnought still in play, and I could have made the Dreadnought count against all of their stuff. Just gonna hope for the best. I'm not gonna pitch here. Ooh, Cephalid Coliseum. I'm going to hold that. I'm not going to play that out. Yeah, that's a vision charm. They're trying to do something. I don't know if that something's going to work. They are currently a lot of cards behind, and this Cephalid Coliseum might actually save the day. Or they can just give it up. Yeah, I'll take that too. That is lovely. That was a really hard-fought win. Yeah, exactly. He who blinks first loses. Don't blink. The hero is behind on clock and behind in record. Oh, how do I want to play against them? I think I want my annul, and I don't want upheaval. I think I don't want Tsabo's web. I could see bringing in brain freezes and flash of insight. I don't want to side out any Black Vises. I think that's a bit of a mistake. I don't know if I want to side out Dazes. I could see siding out a single Forsaken City and a single Stasis. I don't think that that's going to really bother me that much with how much I'm going to be digging through my deck. And the fact that I do just need to keep Dreadnought off the table. It just has to happen. I guess Tsabo's web could have stayed in because they showed that factory. I don't know how many factories they have. Powder Keg answers factories too. I'm going to keep this hand. This is a very good hand. Please just portent yourself. Just cast portent. No, they're holding up a null. Do I fire off Black Vise into a null? Yeah, I think I do. Oh, it just resolved. All right, we like that. We go for that. That's good news, bears. And I think I am just going to hold open Impulse and Counterspell. Black Vise is already doing work. Oh, I guess if I'm going to be impulsing, then I need to stop on their end step, don't I? Just like me to remove a bunch of stops and actually want to use them. Fortunately, I don't think it actually matters. Black Vise is doing Black Vise things. Heroes at 14. They're compelled to move at some point. And when that happens, I will be ready with my various counterspells. I'm going to take Brain Freeze here. Still don't think I need to deploy Powder Keg. They're the one who has to move first. Chain on Black Vise. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you can't trick me into sacrificing a land there. Come on. Yeah, they just want to sculpt. I am going to simply play out this Black Vise. It's probably going to get countered. It didn't get countered. Do they have another chain? They're just going to burn these chains on Black Vise until they die? No, they're just flashing for one from the... Why? All right, I don't understand that play. Oh, it's just the world's tiniest Brain Freeze. Yeah, whatever. I could Brain Freeze them back. I'm not going to. Whatever. Like, they're going to die well before that actually matters. Oh, they didn't even hit a Flash of Insight. Oh, well. There's Gush. And even if they did nothing else and I Brain Freeze them, that would still be the same, like, bigliness of Brain Freeze as the one that they fired at me. But it seems like they're doing a lot more. And that's another Brain Freeze pointed at me. Flash is now in the graveyard for me. That's second Flash, actually. I mean, I am going to Flash here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess. It's 5, whatever. Did they hit my other Brain Freeze? No, they didn't. They're foiling that, huh? I mean... It's a shame I don't have another land here. Yeah, okay. Well, Brain Freeze. Seems like a pretty good spot to use it. This is just as potent as both Brain Freezes that they pointed at me. Once again, just not blinking. Just waiting for the opening. I hit one of their Brain Freezes. So that's probably like all 3 Brain Freezes from them gone. 5, 6, 7. I can play Powder Keg, just leave it on 1, and still have... Counterspell plus Arcane Denial without tapping my Forsaken City. And I still have a Flash of Insight in my own graveyard. How many knots do they have? 0 knots. I hit 0 Dreadnoughts off of that. Did I hit any Stifles? No. Oh, I hit 1 Stifle. Okay. Okay. Well, I am going to Flash here since they didn't do anything. 1, 2, 3. I love counting to 7, actually. And that's 3 Stasis. I'm going to take Powder Keg, and I'm going to cast it. This is insulation against man lands and the odd Dreadnought. It's slightly worrisome to me that I haven't actually seen Dreadnought yet, and they've got their own Flash of Insight here. Is that the only Flash? No, I guess it must not be the only Flash, because otherwise they would have made it bigger, right? Oh, there goes my last Black Vise. Mate, you've got 3 life here. You got 7 cards in hand. You gotta do something, right? Something's gotta happen. Something's gotta give. Hard cast Gush. That's really bold. I will let that resolve. Black Vise trigger on the stack. That's lethal. You gotta do something. Stifle on the Black Vise trigger. Yeah, okay. This is the game you signed up to play, huh? Well, I've got another counterspell in hand, so I'm just gonna keep it. How many Vision Charms is that? They've got 1, 2 in exile, a 3rd in the graveyard. This is actually their last Vision Charm. I'm going to counterspell this. Am I going to counterspell this? Let me think about this. I highly doubt they have any more Brain Freezes. This would put me to 11 cards in deck. I can pop Cephalid Coliseum and put them to 10 at any point I want to. I'm going to let that go. And they hit my other Brain Freeze. Sure. You got another Stifle for this Black Vise? No, you're just going to fall to 1? Well, I'm literally just going to do nothing here, and I'm probably going to win. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. That's perfectly... What are you doing? Actually, what are you doing? You're stifling. That's what you're doing. I don't understand what happened in that match. I won the match, by the way. I won the match. I don't understand what happened. Like, I think that the hero was not as efficient with their Brain Freezes as they could have been. And I kind of just ran them over with a single Black Vise. Like, I think that this Black Vise should have been countered at some point. They probably died with at least 2 counter spells in hand, if I had to guess. given that they cast Gush and countered Gush and just replaced Gush and Counterspell with two, whatever. I'm not really going to look to gift horse in the mouth. I've made plenty of play mistakes. I probably should have been 3-0 by now if I hadn't made play mistakes in previous blinks or matches or whatever. But yeah, they blinked first. Don't blink. On to match 4. I am on the play here in match 4 versus Caustek, and I'm going to keep this hand. I mean, it's got all the things that I need to get a good Stasis lock in play. So let's go ahead and do the civilized thing and just play an island and do nothing. Stop in the draw step on the opponent's side here. Do they have something like a Sylvan Library in their deck? That's an odd spot to put a draw stop here. Let it strand pass. Yeah, that's just City of Breath. I'm going to fire off Impulse. Feel like this might be a Mana Leak sort of deck. And I've got Cephalid Coliseum, Island, Forsaken City, Powder Keg as my hits off Impulse. I don't have another island. I think I am going to take island here. Okay, and I just ripped another island. Yeah, that's pretty good. No counter spells yet. They've got their own Impulse. The Flooded Strand is throwing me off just a little bit, but I feel like we might be playing against Miracle Grow. Yeah, Phyrexian Furnace is fine. Yikes, right into my Daze. Hate to see it. Should not have cast that Phyrexian Furnace first, friend. And I think this is when I Stasis. They're tapping Phyrexian Furnace, and I hate to say it, but it doesn't untap. Oh, you know what this is? This is the solution, except they're playing red for Lightning Angel. Yeah, that's fine. I think I'm going to Gush before I do anything else. All right, that's good. I like that. I have Thwart now, but only 3 islands, so I can't really cast it yet. But I've got a full grip here. Most of it's islands, unfortunately. I think that's fine. And we are Stasis Gaming. Do I need backup Stasis? Probably not. I'm going to try and build up some mana here in case I draw another counterspell at some point. Okay, that's another Thwart. That's really good. Going to start tapping some islands. And the opponent's taking turns very quickly. Slightly faster than I am, actually, I think. I'm going to remove the stop on their end step. Yeah, it seems like they are still keeping their stops. They're just clicking through them fast. Found Black Vise. I think I will drop it. They were representing Mana Leak there. It looks like they were F6'd though. Black Vise is my clock and it is officially in play. I have a number of ways that I can protect this, so I'm not particularly worried. Yeah, that's Disenchant. I think I will Thwart this. And I ended up pitching an island there. I just am trying to build up a little bit more mana. I think I've got enough mana built up though. Ooh, I drew Upheaval. I don't know if I want Upheaval right now. Oh, they're impulsing. All right, sure, tap your mana. And that's a concession. Well, they kind of threw my Meddling Mage right into a Daze. Although I'm not convinced that they would have had the correct name off of Meddling Mage anyway, because I hadn't really revealed much at that point. But still, that was a really brutal exchange. And yeah, there's the Lightning Angels that I was worried about, or at least one of them. Goodbye, Lightning Angel. Vigilance creatures are really hard for Stasis to deal with. So how do I want to deal with this deck? Wall of Tears doesn't seem particularly strong. Powder Keg seems okay. Tsabo's Web is bad. Do I just bring in a single Flash of Insight over a Tsabo's Web? I don't think I'm bringing in Brain Freezes. Hydroblast can kill a Lightning Angel. I don't know how much I'm worried about that. I think I'm just running this back. I cannot keep this one lander. I can barely keep this. I think I'll put back a Chain of Vapor. Like, it's got Stasis and Forsaken City in it, but I need some lands. They might be able to sneak in a Meddling Mage underneath of what I'm doing, and it looks like that might be exactly what they're doing, except they're not doing it. Okay, well, Forsaken City is down now. I am gonna cast Impulse here. Yeah, I wish I could have just drawn all of these cards in a row. It's fine. All right, I've got Counterspell available. I couldn't Gush next turn if I need to. I might end up doing that. Yeah, I'm gonna Gush here. Am I gonna Gush here? This would put me... I don't know. This is always a really awkward spot. I could Gush into Stasis and then just not pay for Stasis. I could Gush into Powder Keg. Yeah, I'll do that. And I think I actually will get rid of the other Powder Keg here. Oh, they're just bolting me, huh? Yeah, I don't want to get rid of any of my counter spells. I'm going to get rid of the Powder Keg. That was a pretty awkward Gush. I didn't like that. Now they could Lightning Angel and back it up with Mana Leak. They might be doing that. Yeah, that's a Lightning Angel. I mean, I am going to do the thing that I came here to do, and that's Counterspell Lightning Angel. And they're gonna Red Blast it, not even a Counterspell. All right. Yeah, that hurts. Powder Keg's gonna tick up. I don't think I'm gonna untap the city. Do I Stasis here? I think I will, actually. I think I'm gonna Stasis. Maybe they Red Blast this or annul it, sure. I still don't think I'm gonna pitch to Forsaken City here. All right, now I am going to Stasis. And honestly, I think I chain my Stasis here, bounce the Lightning Angel, but this seems like it's kind of from a losing position. Yeah, I am going to sacrifice a land and I'm gonna bounce their Lightning Angel. I probably should have thwarted that annul from earlier. I'm being really honest with everybody. Kind of feel bad about that. Feel like I really should have done it. And I kind of don't need to Stasis right now, so I guess I'm not going to. Flash of Insight's pretty big. I like that. I'm gonna drop a Black Vise. Okay, that worked. Ah, thwart on my Powder Keg. Okay, they really want to get Lightning Angel back down. Did I say thwart on Powder Keg? I meant disenchant on Powder Keg. That's what I meant to say. But they're still not casting Lightning Angel. So I'm gonna cast this Flash of Insight, definitely taking that Chain of Vapor. Black Vise is doing a little bit of work here, kind of putting a soft cap on the number of cards they can have in hand. But I am falling to 8. I don't like that. I think I'm going to Flash here. Doop, doop. And exiling 5 blue cards. Flash of Insight's just such a good card. I love this card. Arcane Denial, a Gush, Island, Stasis, and Thwart. It's either Arcane Denial or Gush, honestly. I think it might just be the Gush. Okay, I hit the Counterspell anyway. That's really good for me. Here we go. It's another Lightning Angel. It's coming down. I am going to attempt to Arcane Denial this. And that just happened. That's great. I love that. I get to draw a card. They get to choose how many cards they draw. And they went for the full 2. So Black Vise is going to start doing work. Take a boop. I don't have anything to cheese this out. So Root Maze is gone. I don't have a mana short anywhere in the 75. Phyrexian Dreadnought? What the? Or whatever. Every deck just shoves Phyrexian Dreadnought in it now. Flinging Phyrexian Dreadnought. I will impulse over top of this. I have the thwart in hand. Oh, I found Upheaval. I wish I could tell if this thwart was going to resolve before doing anything else. So maybe I should have impulsed after thwarting, because I would love to just go for a kill here. But instead, I'm just going to take the Arcane Denial because I know that that's a Counterspell. That's a crazy combo, though. Found another thwart. Daze isn't looking too hot here. I'm going to pitch it. Okay, Stasis time. Let's just annul. Okay. Stasis time. And that one went in. Have I made a land drop this turn? No, I haven't. So I will Gush here. And I will thwart that Pyroblast. I don't know why they waited. I guess it's because they wanted to get their own untap. But whatever. And I'm going to discard this island, I guess. Wow, for another Lightning Angel. I think I will just chain this, and they're not copying. All right, there was a lot of wrestling back and forth over this game. I think I'm finally starting to get some of the hooks in, and it seems like they might be going for one last hurrah here. Ooh, they've got Stifle. I am going to attempt a thwart on this Stifle here. All right, the thwart resolved. Do they have another Stifle? Oh no, they have swords on their own Dreadnought. Yeah, I get it. I genuinely enjoyed that play pattern. That was really fun. Yeah, there's a second Black Vise in play now. I have a full grip of cards. All these islands, a Forsaken City, and a Gush. They have a pretty empty hand, but all their lands are tapped now. I am going to start pitching a couple of these islands to untap a city so that I can get some untapped mana for this counterspell that I just ripped off the top of their deck. Yeah, that's an interesting play pattern. That is points for having the 2 mana counterspells. Like a Portent in that situation would have been basically useless, but Counterspell is actively good. All right, this is a good spot to Gush, so I will. And I found more lands. Yeah, I'm starting to see the value of having play patterns where you just have Counterspell in hand all the time. And the hero's hand is beginning to fill up. I'm starting to prep for drawing another thwart by tapping some of these islands. And yeah, that swords on their dreadnought gained them quite a bit of life, but I am going to start chewing through that now. And there's another counterspell. Okay, I think I'm starting to understand these play patterns. I understand why the deck is built like this. These double Black Vises are starting to do some real work. Okay, and that's a concession from the hero. I've won the match. Being able to just kind of pivot cards into mana and mana into cards as necessary to be able to hold open just counterspell in the middle of a stasis lock, like right when it's getting started. I understand the value of that. And I understand why this deck has 7 counterspells in it. The 4 counterspells and the 3 Arcane Denials. Really interesting stuff here. Let's move on to the 5th match. I really should be 4-0 right now, but I'm stupid and I threw 2 matches for no reason. So I am 2-2. We're fighting for a positive record. I am on the draw here in match 5 versus heavyplayed with a real stinker. That's a real stinker. This is also kind of bad. I am going to keep it, and I think I'm bottoming the thwart. An island off the top of my deck is my best draw. Oh, City of Brass and a Birds of Paradise. I don't like that. I don't like that, not one bit. Oh, it's a Hermit Druid. So we're playing against Breakfast. I mean, I kind of just have to chain the Hermit Druid. Like, I'm not really in a position to where I can do anything else. I need them to not dump their deck into their graveyard where they can flash back a bunch of Cabal therapies right now. Oh, and that is a Cabal therapy. I think I just counterspell this. I think I just kind of have to. I'm fully expecting to get Cabal therapied flashback off Birds of Paradise into land Hermit Druid. Yeah, there's the first half of that. At least they didn't hit, but they do see the counterspell in my hand. I'm pitching Flash of Insight here. I kind of have to. Oh, thank goodness. Room to Breathe Island. Wow, City of Brass and Elvish Spirit Guide Exile for a Wall of Roots. I am going to Impulse here. And I think I take the Daze. Arcane Denial is really good. Okay, I've got counterspells. I've got counterspells. I am going to deny this Hermit Druid. And I found Stasis. I don't know if I'm going to deploy that yet, but I did find it. I think I'm going to wait on the Gush too. I have counterspells in hand. Yeah, they're starting to break out of the squeeze and mana that they had at the beginning of the game. Unearth. Disgusting. I think I'm going to allow that to resolve, and then I'm just going to chain it on the end step. We have been fighting over this one Hermit Druid this entire game. What happens if they just have another one? I die, I guess. I have counterspelled this dang Hermit Druid 3 times, basically. It's been a lot of times. I kind of lost count, honestly. Feels like 3 times. Ooh, it's a Volrath's Shapeshifter playing right into my Daze. Love to see that. And this is a really good spot to drop Stasis, so I am going to drop Stasis. Let's go ahead and Gush here. Lots and lots and lots of cards. Okay, and I have Thwart now. That'll be live starting next turn. Okay, and now Thwart is live. I think I am going to drop Black Vise because I don't want this game to last any longer than it has to. Yeah, Hermit Druid, no thank you. Goodbye. And it's just gone. I am pitching the Stasis here, floating the mana. In case I draw a counterspell, I didn't, but I drew a Chain of Vapor, which is almost as good. And the hero is starting to take some damage. They're at 7. They thought for a little bit with that Black Vise trigger on the stack, and they're conceding the game. Whoa, I was riding on the seat of my pants for that game, but Daze, once again, coming in clutch. Thanks, Daze. Curse Totem. This is why we place Curse Totem. Curse Totem is just really good. Hibernation seems like it's for this matchup as well. I think this is not a Flash of Insight or an Upheaval matchup. And honestly, Powder Keg seems a bit sussy-wussy as well, although Tsabo's Web seems even more sussy-wussy. I think a Null's bad, Blue Blasts are bad, Brain Freezes. No, you don't want to be Brain Freezing them. Chill, Wall of Tears, Flash. Yeah, I think I just kind of want these. I will leave in a single Powder Keg, I suppose. And I'm going to bring these in. All right. Curse Totem is the reason for the season here. Definitely want those Curse Totems. I don't know if I can responsibly keep this. Like against other matchups, I would probably keep, but I think I want to mulligan to a counterspell. Punish. Well, I said I was going to mulligan to a counterspell. Bottom Powder Keg and I guess Cephalid Coliseum. Wait, no, I shouldn't have bottomed the Cephalid Coliseum because I can make them draw with their deck in their graveyard. Ugh. Standard Swarm. All right, sure. I have regrets. Should have just kept the first hand. Watch them follow up with land into Druid. Oh my goodness, I hate this. Yeah, that's land into Druid. Now I just do nothing and I die. I will Impulse and I will find a Hibernation, I guess. If I get a turn, then Hibernation will do something. I don't think I'm getting a turn though. Yeah, they're Cabal Therapying me. This doesn't matter. I'm sure I'm dead, right? They're sacrificing the Hermit Druid to Cabal Therapy, taking the Hibernation and passing turn. What? All right, whatever. I don't understand what's going on. Okay, here's new Hermit Druid. And I've got a lovely Counterspell in my hand. All right, now they can kind of just do whatever they want, right? Yeah, there we go. So they have activated Hermit Druid and they're dumping their deck into their graveyard. They've got survivals. They've got multiple Volrath shapeshifters. Monk Realist is a thing. Yeah, there's Psychotog. There's Karmic Guide. I am going to make them execute the combo, partially because I always believe that it is correct to do so, and partially because I want to see what they do and how they do it. I'm just going to watch them put cards into their graveyard here. Looks like they're starting with all of their lands. All right, and they stack their graveyard such that Karmic Guide is on top with Psychotog and then Phyrexian Devourer underneath of it. Surely there's a reason for them to do this. They have to have something else here, right? Because this just as is doesn't seem like it really does anything. They don't have anything that they can bring stuff back from the graveyard that's in the graveyard. They've got Cabal Therapy in the graveyard that they can cast. I don't see anything in the graveyard that lets them bring stuff back from the graveyard though. So it tells me they must have something in hand. An Unearth on Volrath's Shapeshifter. I guess an Animate Dead might work. I don't know. They're the one who chose to register English Breakfast, so I'm going to make them play their deck. Just like people make me play my deck. Sure, shred my hand. I don't really care. Like, this game is either lost for me because you know what you're doing, or it's won for me because you don't know what you're doing. That's how this works. And that Cabal Therapy just put Hermit Druid as the top creature in their deck. Oh my god. I ripped Stasis. They cast Krosan Reclamation from hand, and I just kind of ripped Stasis. So now the only card left in their deck is Animate Dead. I am going to Forsaken City, and I'm going to just put this Stasis into play. And now all their stuff is tapped. Xantid Swarm is tapped. They have to come up with something big here. That was incredibly cruel. That was actually legitimately evil. The thing that I just did there, that was genuinely just bad, awful, no good. I did not deserve that win, but I'm going to take it. All right. Well, I will wrap up the league now, I guess. Geez. So on paper, this is a 3-2 league, but we know for a fact that I punted one match, and in another match that I lost, I punted a game, and I could have possibly won that match. So this would have been, at bare minimum, a 4-1 with better play. After playing with this list, I understand the philosophy behind it. I understand why you have 4 Forsaken City. It's so that you can pitch cards and balance your mana and cards so that after playing your Stasis, you have 2 mana open plus Counterspell or Arcane Denial. And that's why there are 7 of these effects in the deck. That's a really interesting play pattern. The Stasis lists that I have been building so far have been comparatively light on counterspells, and perhaps that's a mistake. I kind of like how Cephalid Coliseum, it didn't really come up, like I didn't use it, it didn't technically win a game, but it was looming over that one Stiflenought player. Interesting. I don't know if it's worth playing. I don't know if I'll play it in my list, but it's interesting to think about. And we didn't see a good chunk of the sideboard. Blue Blast, Hydroblast, we didn't really see. Chill, we didn't really see. Wall of Tears was interesting though. Wall of Tears kind of just held back a lot of stuff. I don't know if Wall of Tears is gonna make it into a stock Stasis list, but it's certainly interesting to think about, and I think it merits a little bit more testing. I like how Thursday decided to build his deck. I really like the thought process that went behind the numbers. where you have a play pattern that you're playing towards and you build your deck to play towards that play pattern. I think the play pattern is strong. I think that the building is strong as well. If I were to play this deck myself, I would probably want to add at most 3 portents. In all honesty, probably less than that. I would probably cut the Tsabo's Web and maybe a Counterspell or a Daze and play 2 portent, but that's a big maybe. I think that this list is extremely strong. And I think that if you were trying to grind with Stasis and you're trying to learn the Stasis play patterns, just as somebody who doesn't understand the deck very well myself, and full admittedly, I'm not one of those pros who've been playing Stasis for literally 30 years, but I think that there is some truth in here, some kernel of understanding, some wisdom to be gleaned from how this exact 75 is constructed, that if you're going to be just like me and just be like, yeah, I'm going to cut this, I'm going to cut that, and I'm going to put in some portents, then you're probably missing out on leveling up as a player and as a Stasis player. Deck's good. This is better constructed than any Stasis deck that I've played, probably. And I think I need to give it another chance before I start making changes.
This program is made possible by generous funding from these sponsors, and also by your view, like, and comment, the support of my wife and son, and by contributions to Fate Seal Magic from viewers like you. Thank you.